inventory. Boom, boom, boom. Crosshair appearance. I guess I can't move that. Just turn that shit all the way down. Okay. Alright, that one looks like it has the most. Okay, so Scout, single barrel shotgun, nail gun, crowbar. Sniper rifle, nail gun, crowbar. Rocket launcher, single barrel shotgun, double barrel shotgun, crowbar. I guess. Let's go Scout. Who's my teammate? Random explosions. What is going on? I guess so. I have no idea what the fuck. Holy fuck. Did I just fuck my teammate? What else I got? Can I switch? How do I... How do I switch my class? How do I... How the fuck do I... Okay, I guess we... Let's go random. That way I get a taste of everything. Oh, okay. On. No, that just moves me to the right. Wait. Oh, that was weird. I'm sure if I press every single button on my keyboard, I could find out. Ugh. What the fuck is actually going on? How did a guy with a flamethrower just overpower me with a fucking minigun? What is this, a sniper? Why can't I shoot? Am I missing something? Is the sniper just one shot and then you're done? Wait, why can't... Huh? Man, I am so confused. Let me try a different one. Bot server, bots versus humans? Sure. This honestly doesn't even feel like a different game. This just feels like I'm playing Half-Life multiplayer.
1.
It's time to choose.
And none of them have like an AR. So this shit's not even gonna be fun.
Coming right here for you.
What is this one? Two. It's not two. I don't know if it's because I suck or what. Why am I getting damaged? this one. Speedrun commands: stop, restart, respawn, record, no clip. What is this for? Why is it glowing purple? Wait, what? Is this like... No. There's no rocket jumping. What's the point of this? Jump 1. I just fall. You got a grenade jump from beneath the glass? Oh, I'm not doing that shit. You know what? Just for the sake of content, I'll try. I don't even remember how to throw grenades. Oh, never mind. Okay, so I'm assuming... Okay, so that was too fast. So 1, 2, 3. But trust me, that's really hard. Do I have to wait for the grenade to explode to propel me, or... That's probably such an obvious question. I don't even know why I'm asking that. Let's try this one. B-hop, I see. I'm gonna be honest, I think I like Half-Life multiplayer better. This shit kinda sucks. What the fuck did this guy just do? What? Oh my god. How the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, so you're supposed to like... Oh, that reload's way too fucking long. Oh, crouch jumped? Oh, I was just shooting. I'm probably never gonna be able to do this. Your speedrun has started. Go, go, go. I don't like that. Okay, so I can get, like, to right there, but how do I keep going? The reload animation takes me so long. Wait. Oh, no. Wait. 4? Oh, I can continuously keep going? I was doing so good. What happened? That's just not gonna happen. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I could barely B-hop. Well, I don't even think I can B-hop in this game, but I could in Quake Champions. Climbing, conch jumping. Oh, is this just another fucking... That's pretty cool. I got a little GameCube with The Simpsons on. That's pretty funny. Ooh, and the original Xbox.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, it's just for a timer. This is a pretty cool map, I'm not gonna lie. Got the consoles. I don't know. I don't even know if I like this game. I was so hyped for Team Fortress Classic. This shit honestly kind of sucks. I think Half-Life multiplayer was better. Let's see ones that don't have any in. Yeah, I can tell. I heard like a lot of people don't even like Team Fortress Classic anyways. Which kind of sucks because yeah, everybody says TF2 is better. And yeah, the original mod was better too. But that kind of sucks cuz like they hired the team to make this for their own game and it just their own game feels better than this. And if the Valve bundle is like not on sale, you're paying $5 for this game. I haven't even made it to 20 minutes yet. Holy shit, hold on. Let me try something to pad out this view time or whatever. Let me see how the game was in its prime or whatever. Oops. Ooh, we could do the history of. You know what? Fuck it. Since the game is ass, might as well just react to it on YouTube.
Team Fortress 2. After 9 years in development, hopefully it will have been worth the wait. Thanks, and have fun.
Good evening, everyone. As you've seen from today's intro, we're looking at the underrated history of Team Fortress Classic's development and changes. It's been quite a while, but from this video, you can assume content will now be back uploading at a normal pace once again. I have a lot in the works currently, And to that, I'm hoping all of you will enjoy what I have in store very soon. I would also like to announce my Discord server I am running, and a Minecraft server I set up for the people in the Discord. If you're interested, come join and chat with us. With this out of the way, let's get back to the topic at hand. Team Fortress Classic is the original prequel to Team Fortress 2, keeping the same mechanics as an online multiplayer first-person shooter. It was originally developed by Valve and published by Sierra Studios. This was so long ago that Valve did not publish their own games through Steam. Team Fortress Classic was actually before Steam's time, seeing the platform was originally released in 2003 and TF Classic in 1999. Did you know that Team Fortress Classic was also first developed for Quake, not Counter-Strike? To learn more about this, we have to travel back to Classic in 1999. Did you know that Team Fortress Classic was also first developed for Quake, not Counter-Strike?
Not
To learn more about this,
Counter-Strike?
we have to travel back to 1996. Before Team Fortress Classic,
I think he meant
there was still
Half-Life.
another, simply called Team Fortress. A video game mod based on the Quake engine, developed by Robin Walker, John Cook, and Ian Colley. The popularity of this mod skyrocketed to a point where multiple
I
spawn-
tried finding this too. I tried finding this mod for Half-Life and for Quake, and I don't think I found it. Well, I knew it was a Quake mod before. It became, or Valve acquired the people who were making it, and they turned it into its own thing. I also know that there was supposed to be that 2 was actually supposed to be Brotherhood of Arms, inspired by like some military shooter, before it got turned into what it was. Which honestly, after playing TF2 with Kuzo last night, I feel like they should have went the Brotherhood of Arms route. Just more modern. Because I kind of don't like the whole cartoony aspect of it.
mods were being made and rebranded, eventually to where Valve soon saw opportunity in the company Crosshair. Reaching out to the three who worked on Team Fortress, they were given jobs to work on their mod in the Half-Life engine, Gold Source. The success of this then led to a full-fledged game, the one we all know today. John, Ian, and Robin are currently all executive staff at Valve and still represent a major leadership for Team Fortress 2. Though it seems Ian has gone largely off the grid from the community, whereas John and Robin have attended multiple community events to celebrate the vast fanbase of Team Fortress. Although it is not as popular as Team Fortress Classic, Team Fortress still gets a small amount of players dedicated to the fanbase. Originally, Team Fortress Classic was not even going to be called TFC. They were going to call it Team Fortress 2 Brotherhood of Arms, until Valve suggested otherwise and the plans changed.
Yeah,
Team
they
Fortress
should have
2
went that route.
Brotherhood of Arms originally was in development for about a year and was centered around the same concept of Counter-Strike, but in a more Call of Duty-like fashion with heavy military themes. As a result of the change, they scrapped the idea and then instead turned to refining the original Team Fortress into the Team Fortress Classic we're all familiar with. Team Fortress Classic carries the same torch as Team Fortress 2 does, with every concept being about the same. Two or sometimes more teams compete in a variety of game modes, with players having options of 10 classes. Each class has its own ability, and a majority of the functions rely on teamwork to succeed and win against your opponents. Servers can run capture the flag maps, where it's basically what it sounds like, having to escort the enemy's flag to their own base while preventing the opposing team from doing the same. These servers also have control point maps, just like Team Fortress 2, where either any several command points are captured in standard mode, or in attack and defend maps, where players capture points in a sequence while the others defend. Next is the escort game mode, a cut feature in TF2, where players would be split into 3 teams, a VIP, the bodyguards, and the assassins. The goal of these escort maps is for the bodyguards to escort the VIP to a given point, while the assassins try and kill him before he arrives there. As I previously stated, the game mode has 10 standard classes. Each one has a unique weapon and secondary weapon. The Scout is still the fastest class in the game, with low health. He carries a nail gun in this version of Team Fortress, and concussion grenades to slow enemies. In this version of the game, he sports shades and a full military suit along with a backpack. The soldier is slow, but has better health and has rockets, which can be very useful due to his splash damage. Rocket jumping has also been an element in TFC and would be used often by players to get up to higher places like on 2 Fort Sniper Overlook. The character is seen wearing a helmet, a tactical vest, a full jumpsuit, and face paint. The pyro is equipped with a flamethrower, and to my surprise, an incendiary rocket launcher, both making enemies light on fire. The pyro here also makes a huge difference, wearing a hazmat suit with a much wider visor, still in the shape of a gas mask. This, as well as carrying a much larger pack for the flamethrower and a tactical vest. The Demo Man, armed with a grenade launcher, as well as a pipe bomb launcher for trapping places, is about the same as the second
I feel
game
like
in
that
terms
would
of
be the
loadout.
best for
Here,
that one.
instead of the old drunken man we know today, we're given a whole
That
new distinct
grenade
look.
map.
The merc we see now is wearing a helmet with a visor on, as well as the coveted tactical vest, but with some grenade pouches. The Heavy is equipped with a classic minigun, and that's about it. It's significantly slower than the other classes, and is used as a tank. Here, he's shown as a pretty beefy muscle guy. For lack of clothing here, he sports some sort of beret, goggles, and a tactical vest, and a tank top. The Engineer is equipped with the ability to build structures, like the sentry guns, dispensers, or teleporters. They can also replenish a
Wait,
teammate's
well,
armor by
I just realized, isn't it like 7 a.m. for you?
tapping them with their spanner. The standard loadout is
Man's
just a
watching
shotgun
me
and EMP
play
grenades.
A shit
the
game
second
and
game,
reacting to
the engineer
YouTube
cannot
videos about
pick up
shit
what he
game
puts
at
down,
7 a.m.
making whatever you do a permanent decision. Here, he's wearing a vest, a dress shirt, and the clothes.
Hold on. You. Hold on. How do I? Is there a way I can do this? Can I not? Do I have to do it on here? Hold on. Where is my thing? Gotta mute that. Does it say it in the chat? Oh, I don't know if it does or doesn't. I totally forgot to do that a while ago.
Classic yellow hard hat. I can't tell much new compared to the TF2 engineer besides the goggles. The medic has a no gun of concussion grenades and a medkit that can be used to heal teammates, or, interesting enough, expose enemies to a contagious infection that drains health. Compared to the look of a surgeon, the medic is distinct in appearance, wearing some sort of respirator on the mouth with a helmet and a vest marking him as a medic, with some bands on the arms. The sniper has his age-old sniper.
I don't know if it said it in chat or not, but I made you a mod. I totally forgot to do that during a Half-Life and whatnot. And for you to be watching me at 7 a.m. is kind of crazy. So I think he
It still
deserves
remains
it.
a distant class. There's not much going for him besides his look. Here, he's wearing full camo with a black and white tactical suit with a hood to conceal his head, along with wearing black face paint. The spy has the ability to disguise as other classes, like in other games. He still keeps a knife which can one-shot by stabbing them in the back, as well as a tranquilizer gun to slow down opponents, as well as hallucination gas to confuse people. Even though the spy cannot cloak, he can feign his death like the Deathbringer can in Team Fortress 2. The merc is wearing a black tactical suit with the familiar balaclava with a night vision camera over the left eye. The mercs from TFC have made quite a few appearances in the official Team Fortress comics as well. to a point where they've become subsided in the main plot for a while. Here, they look drastically different from their original styles, as well as from their TF2 counterparts. Scout has mostly stayed the same, other than dropping the hat for a hood and growing out facial hair. The soldier has experienced some heavy changes, dropping the face paint and helmet for a larger beard, a headband, and a sleeveless shirt with a tactical vest. Pyro more or less is about the same, except for the fact they appear to be a lot shorter and much wider. It seems the tactical vest was also dropped. Demoman looks the same across Team Fortress Classic in the comics, with the same gear and visor. Heavy as well, seeing the only change here is aging. Not much is going on so far. Engineer, on the other hand, seems to have experienced the heaviest of changes, with his bottom torso missing entirely from view, replaced with robot legs. He seems to have also gained quite a bit of weight and dropped the vest. The medic isn't present at all here, presumably killed or just retired. There's a photo of him here though, unaged, with the other mercs. The sniper has changed a lot in his development, leaving his camo behind entirely, with no face paint. Instead, a formal winter jacket, and he seems to have grown out his beard. The spy is in the group of mercs who haven't changed at all either, seeing his outfit and gear has stayed about the same. I think this covers it for the history of TFC. Hopefully this was a good short summary of what's been going on all of these years.
Is there a pro? I don't even know if there was like a league for this. 9 years ago. How long is that video? 30 minutes? Alright. Let's see professionals play this game. It's still so crazy that people can do this type of shit in video games.
Your team has enemy flag.
I guess so, unless this is like an unofficial clan type shit.
As your flag. Your team has the enemy flag.
I think Half-Life had the same thing. Like an unofficial clan type shit. Yeah. I think, well, it's not out yet, but me and Kuzo recorded us playing Half-Life multiplayer, and I don't know if it's in the one that I deleted or the one that I kept, but we accidentally joined one of those lobbies.
Flag.
For some reason, they didn't kick us on the spot, and we were actively interfering with their clan battle or whatever.
Your team has
And they were sweating their dicks off. We thought they were bots. At first.
the enemy has
We didn't realize they were real players. Can't remember if it's in the one I deleted or not.
the enemy has your flag. Enemy team captured the flag.
I'm honestly surprised Half-Life multiplayer doesn't have a shit ton of people playing it. Because it was fun. It was really fun. And Kuzo, who doesn't like Half-Life, and who only had like 20 minutes of playtime on it, had a really good time and got him back into FPS games, which was really crazy to see. Do you know if Opposing Force has multiplayer?
Your team has the enemy flag. The enemy has your flag.
Gotcha. I think that's the next game I want to try out after I do this one mod for Team Fortress Classic. I also heard that Sven Co-op might have co-op too. But I don't know if that was just co-op multiplayer or co-op campaign, or if it had an actual multiplayer as well. And I wonder if Black Mesa has multiplayer too. If so, that'd be really fun to play with him. Gotcha. I knew they basically remade Half-Life just co-op, but I don't know if they had like multiplayer or not. Black Mesa should have regular multiplayer. That's gonna be an insane time for me and him. I saw some in-game screenshots and whatnot, and the game looks insane. So that's gonna be real fun. If it plays at all like normal Half-Life, that is.
The enemy has your flag. Your team has the enemy flag. You have the enemy flag. Your team has the enemy flag. You have the enemy flag. Flag to capture the enemy flag. Enemy has
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Enemy team captured the flag.
Bro was just going back and forth over and over and over again. Right?
Enemy
I think it's because of the modern engines we use. They put so much limitations on like Unreal Engine and what else is there? There's Unreal, there's the IW engine that has a shit ton of limitations on it as well. Well, I mean, you could appeal to the arena shooter players, like people who grew up playing Doom and Quake and Duke Nukem and shit like that.
enemy team captured enemy
I don't know how many people are playing Quake Champions, but when me and Kuzo played it was honestly pretty fun. It was like this, just a little bit more modern, but we weren't going nearly as fast as we would on like Quake 2 or Quake 3.
enemy
True.
enemy team captured
True.
flag. Your team has enemy flag.
Nowadays, it's all either single player story campaigns or open world multiplayer type shit.
You have enemy flag.
Like battle royales and shit that are really big. Which is one of the problems which is harming Call of Duty right now. Which is really sad to see since it's one of my favorite video game franchises. I literally pre-ordered Modern Warfare 3. And probably not even gonna fucking play it for like another month or two. Which is a sad thing.
Your team has enemy flag.
I could do, I was thinking about, I could do the campaign early access shit, but after the year of MW2, I don't even think it's really worth it at this point. Quake Champions is at 200 players. Honestly, that's higher than I thought it was going to be at. I thought it was going to be like 20 or 50 players at most.
Your team has enemy flag. Enemy flag. Enemy flag. Enemy has your flag. Your team has enemy flag. Enemy has your flag.
Okay, I'm just mindlessly watching the same shit over and over again. Is there like something worth watching about this game? I'm literally just gonna get into my recommended. There's nothing about this game. Is there even a story? Release introduction. That actually might be bad.
Team Fortress. This name would go on to touch the hearts of many gamers familiar with Valve's large lineup of popular titles through their extremely popular free-to-play title, Team Fortress 2. But not nearly as popular was the first game in the franchise, or its history. While Team Fortress 2 did indeed gain quite the critical acclaim on release in 2007, and is now one of the main titles to showcase Valve's success, Team
Besides
Fortress
the comics,
Classic
there's
didn't
next
fare
to
too
no
poorly
story.
either, and just as importantly, allowed Team Fortress 2 to be
That kind of
possible.
sucks.
As arena shooters grew in the late 90s, so too did online gaming, with games like Doom and Quake becoming godfathers of the genre, and further raising the bar for both shooters and online gaming alike. Team Fortress wasn't perfect or highly balanced like one would want in a fast-paced shooter, but what it did have was innovation and a dedicated team of programmers that would go on to influence the critically renowned company known as Valve. Even so, Team Fortress Classic would, over time, inevitably become just a shadow of its future installment. And yet, in one way or another, Team
It's
Fortress...
so crazy that in the beginning I was shitting so much on Half-Life and Valve, but after playing this game and actually completing it and playing some mods, I take everything bad about it that I said back, which is so crazy. Because usually I would stick by that opinion, because the story wasn't anything that spectacular or game changing or anything. But it was fun as shit, I'm not gonna lie.
lives on, be it the old mods, new games, or games made by the same programmers who created Team Fortress. The heart of Team Fortress continues to push the gaming industry through Valve. While it may not be considered their best work by many a gamer, Team Fortress Classic earns at least a glance, as it is the inspiration for many acclaimed future works and was still a good game in its own right for the time. Released 20 years ago, and being the source of many of Valve's future successes, Team Fortress's impact would affect the gaming industry many years thereafter. This is Team Fortress Classic.
Game open.
Team Fortress was primarily written and designed by three talented programmers who would become quite prominent figures: Robin Walker, John Cook, and Ian Coughley. Robin and John grew up together in the 80s and enjoyed playing a variety of games, including board games to role-playing games to, of course, computer games. Robin's father was a programmer for IBM. Robin learned of computer science through him, and they started programming together. John's story was a little different. He decided at the age of 13 that he
Old games were just harder and had a little less polish, but those games are still great. Currently, I'm trying to beat Deus Ex Game of the Year. The game is old and hard to get into, but fun nevertheless. I think I played... Oh, shit, what is that called? It's Deus Ex, but it was on the Xbox One. Fuck, what was it called though? Deus Ex. Oh, Human Revolution. Yeah, that game was pretty fun. Um, I don't know how many there are though.
He wanted to
I
make
know there's
video
two
games
of
after learning to
them.
program
One on
from his schooling.
360, and then
While the plans were slightly
one that
different
was on the
between
newer
these
one.
two, the intent was all the same: to learn to program and eventually make their own games. Robin and John graduated from the same high school and enrolled at the same university, both with the same intentions still. While attending university,
5
however,
games.
their paths initially broke off a little when Robin became disinterested in university and dropped out to get a job working as a full-time
I'm surprised they have
programmer
that
at
many.
an ICT transformation company called NEC. At some point, John too dropped out to work on Team Fortress. He initially planned to do this for only about a year, but he never came back to the university. Ian Coughley, third co-creator of Team Fortress, met Robin through his brother from said university and met John through Robin. During the day, Ian came to LAN parties often and ran gaming competitions at a local internet cafe with Robin when Robin's brother left to Singapore. During the night, however, the two would often play Quake Deathmatch online on one of the few servers. Only about 7 or 8 in all of Australia, according to Robin. When they became bored with Deathmatch after a while, they instead started modding with a modding platform known as QuakeC, literally beginning development of Team Fortress the day that QuakeC released. The group would often have LAN parties with another group who lived nearby and played Doom. One of the maps that stood out to them was a team
Which is really fucking crazy. I can't remember, what was it? I lost my train of thought.
versus Team
Come
Mod,
back to
2
it.
versus 2 to be specific. This map was called Fortress, and would go on to inspire the team to create their own version of the map in QuakeC that originally didn't have teams, but was instead pure deathmatch. The team used the weapons and their differences as a basis for their class system. While Quake only had a single class, Team Fortress was originally developed with 5 distinct classes that had their own strengths and weaknesses. A system that Robin noted as being inspired by Dungeons & Dragons for the classes, and Ian mentioned Syndicate as an influence for the strengths and weaknesses of the classes. The overall intent was to make a team versus team game, but development for this wasn't easy. While the
Oh,
game
that's what I
mode
was gonna
captured
say. Doom and Quake are on my plan, to stream too. Because I found out that Team Fortress was not heavily inspired. Well, it was a mod for Quake, obviously, but fuck, what was it heavily inspired by? I
the
can't
flag
remember.
is simple in
I'm
concept.
drawing blanks
QuakeC
tonight.
made executing such a game mode quite tricky. This was especially difficult since there wasn't a single set of rules at the time that was uniformly agreed upon. No one really had a good way to teach anyone things inside of Quake. You could just put text on the screen. One of the positives of Team Fortress's map system was that level designers had a lot of power to control exactly how the game played out on their map. One of the negatives was that level designers had lots of power. What that meant was that you might play 2 maps that both call themselves CTF maps in Team Fortress, but they might have subtly different rules. Team Fortress, the Quake mod, not Team Fortress Classic, would release on August 24th, 1996, and feedback from players would come in fast. The team attempted to keep up with demand. Early on, we were all contributing everything. Lots of coding, tweaking the 3D player models, new textures, map design. None of us had great artistic skills, so after the mod had a little initial success, we started getting more art contributions from the other people in the community. This made the game look much more awesome. Overall, signs were great, and some companies, including the likes of Activision, even went so far as to contact the team to state how much they liked the game. One of these companies was Valve, who, by John Cook's accounts, liked the idea of flying the team out to work with them. The reason given from Valve was that it was an opportunity for the modding team to educate on what makes it a good modding platform and what mod
Could
makers
you imagine if Activision acquired the people who made Team Fortress? That would be a drastic fucking uh change in what the game would be today. That'd be
look for in a
so
game
crazy to
engine
think
that
about.
makes
An
it
Activision
extensively
Team
moddable.
Fortress game.
I think the main difference between them and everyone else who had talked to us, we'd by then sort of gotten used to publishers mailing us to say, hey, we're interested in doing X and Y, and those turning into long email threads that never went anywhere. The difference was that within a few days, maybe overnight, us saying, yeah, we're interested, and Valve replying back to say, okay, here are your plane tickets, let's do this. Keeping in mind, of course, that we're still talking about Team Fortress, the mod for Quake, and not Team Fortress Classic yet. Ian, John, and Robin proposed to make a Team Fortress 2 for Quake 2 instead of porting over Team Fortress like they had been doing when first working there.
Right.
After a few months of working with Valve, Gabe called the team into his office to ask if they wanted to make their positions permanent, buying the rights to Team Fortress in the process, and the talented programmers were now working at Valve. The next stop would be Half-Life, where the small group alongside other employees at Valve helped build their SDK and helped develop Half-Life's multiplayer. Team Fortress Classic would release worldwide on April 7th, 1999 as a free add-on for Half-Life.
Oh, speaking of Half-Life, their big box version, not the Game of the Year edition, but the original version, is insanely fucking priced. I think the cheapest one I saw was like $200 on eBay, which is crazy. Because I wanted to get the big box or ones for all the Valve games as I've been playing them. But this one is like $200, and then Team Fortress Classic doesn't even have a big box art or a big box version. Because I tried looking it up, and there's like this, where is it? It's like this Chinese one, but yeah, right here. There's like this weird Chinese fucking Team Fortress Classic big box art, but the rest is just like a normal jewel case.
And arguably,
Yeah, which kind of sucked because my original Call of Duty ones didn't even cost that much. Mine were like probably 70. Yeah. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, it's really strange because I was watching a YouTube video about this guy who was talking about all the different big box versions of the Valve games, and he specifically said that there was none for Team Fortress Classic. So I went to go look up if that was true, and I found this. I don't know how much this costs. Yeah, $500 for a fucking Chinese one that may or may not even be real. And since eBay has no like, wait, hold on, what was that? Oh. No like comment thing? Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking crazy. How much was my deluxe box edition for Call of Duty? Where's my purchases? Oh, I lied. Where is my... I guess I lied. My original one, that's non-game of the year, that's usually pretty fucking expensive, was only like $30, and then my deluxe edition was like almost $30 as well. But if you go on eBay for some reason and you try to get Call of Duty 2003, oops, big box. Yeah, like right here, like $500 for the normal one, and I got mine for like $30, legit. There's 450. There's one 30 plus 30 again. This one's some off-brand type shit. $5,000 for 2 factory graded. Shit is insane.
They helped revolutionize the first-person shooter genre, a trend that Valve would develop as time went on.
And I think the one that they're selling, where's that? The one that they're selling for like $500 is worse condition than mine. Yeah, you have all the scratchings up there and shit. And mine is over here fucking pristine. Yeah, mine barely has that at all. Shit is crazy.
Team Fortress Classic would receive
I don't know
overall
if you
positive
collect video
reception
games or
upon
not,
release.
but
Players were delighted by how heavily the game would rely on sophisticated team-based tactics with a large amount of playable classes it offered. Classes, maps, and other distinct parts of its multiplayer experience became hugely recognizable almost instantly in the to-be Team Fortress franchise. Not everything was well received though, with some reviewers disliking the game's graphics and its communication system, which was described as being too clunky for a team-based shooter. Even so, after many versions of the game with the help of many programmers, Valve had created an impressive first-person shooter in its own right, that also helped innovate in such a way that future developers surely took note of. And it was free for those who bought Half-Life, which also helps justify the multiplayer-only nature of the game for its time. Unlike other popular arena shooters of the time, Team Fortress Classic is an online team versus team-based first-person shooter, where you and your team work together to achieve a specific goal, whether it be capture the flag or escorting a VIP player. Capture the Flag is a pretty traditional game overall, and in Team Fortress Classic, you, as a player, attempt to travel to the enemy's base in order to acquire their flag, bring it back to your base, and score by capturing said flag. And the game mode Hunted features a unique
Oh no. I think my stream might have messed up. Yeah, I think it did. My duration is at a minute now. Stream did crash. Oh. Did it crash before or after I grabbed my big box off my shelf?
civilian class,
Oh.
where a single lightly
thank
armed
God I'm
player
recording
needs
on
to
top
be
of
escorted
this.
to safety by a team of bodyguards while the opposing team, being composed of snipers, must attempt to kill the civilian before he's escorted to safety. While Hunted and Territorial Control would be played a decent amount for a time, Capture the Flag is the game mode that would become the most popular over a consistent period of time, likely due to its simplicity, which allowed it to be played more easily, without the need for a complicated or coordinated strategy to win. Players have the choice to play as one of 9 classes to help them win their matches: Scout, Soldier, Pyro, Demoman, Heavy Weapons, Engineer, Medic, Sniper, and Spy, all of which with their own loadout of weaponry, special ability, and set of stats that would complement their role. With a variety of classes, maps, and game modes for the player to play with, the rules are set, and anyone who plays Team Fortress Classic can enjoy the game knowing the rest is up to their creativity and how they use said classes and maps to their advantage, while simultaneously attempting to show off or practice their own first-person shooting skills against other players. Where other first-person shooters would typically rely heavily on its single-player and use a free-for-all game mode as their primary multiplayer offering, Team Fortress Classic contrasts this by not only offering team-based multiplayer as their primary game mode setting, but also by including no single-player modes at all, not very typical for 1999. Combine this with the fact that there's no local multiplayer at all and is online only, you might be able
Oh my. Oh, that's probably not a good idea, actually. Hold on. Oh, but that's gonna end my recording too if I end stream on Streamlabs. Yikes. Whatever.
able to understand how risky this game would be if it weren't bundled with the critically renowned Half-Life. With that said, there were plenty of features Team Fortress Classic had that were so revolutionary, even if it wasn't fully realized at the time, that only recently have we started to see games with a similar formula for handling classes in team-based
Oh, I was literally just about to at you, saying in Discord, saying that I'm screen sharing it in the voice chat if you just want to watch it there. Because honestly, I think it's like so late. For some reason, my computer fucks up when it
game
when it
modes
gets really
in a
late.
competitive first-person shooter where each type of character has a counter. For all it did in order to have effective counters to each class
It was
that
happening
attempt to
to
balance
me
the game, many found that in practice,
last
balance
night, too.
still felt off due
When
to
me
some
and,
classes being very
Kuzo
powerful
tried to play
and
TF2, I was
simultaneously
lagging
being able
really
to take
bad.
a lot of damage, while others were weak, and while they did have their own strengths, they still feel very underpowered in comparison for
So
many
if the
players.
stream crashes
Team
again
Fortress
or
Classic
whatnot,
remained an unforgivingly
if you want, you can
difficult
just join
game
the
for
VC
newcomers, partially because of the
and
difficulty
either
curves
mute
for
yourself
said
or
classes.
talk. I don't care.
But for those willing to try out more
continue
classes
watching.
and put more time into the game, it's provided the strongest team-based gameplay that Valve had to offer. In most first-person shooters of the time, namely GoldenEye, Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein 3D, and even Half-Life,
I'm probably just gonna
class
end this
systems
stream
were hardly
after,
ever, if ever, implemented without the use
this
of
video
mods,
is done
whether it
anyways,
be due
so I
to
can split up
developers not
the
thinking about
videos
it
for
since
YouTube.
classes were primarily an element in games with RPG elements, or it's be due to first-person shooters having a working formula at the time that mostly consisted of free-for-all game modes anyway. Classes just weren't on the table for the most part. For Team Fortress Classic, however, this was arguably the core of its gameplay, and with quite the variety. To start off with one of the more interesting classes, the Scout is a high mobility, low health, and armor class. In other games where movement is key while defenses are low, this is often made up for by the class having a glass cannon-like quality to it, being that it's very powerful in attacking, with quick and heavy damage bursts due to its fast-paced nature. The Scout does barely any damage, however, and is almost solely picked up for being a flag carrier. The good news is that the Scout is the fastest class in the game, even without much damage, defenses, or utility to back up its name. Snipers, on the other hand, aren't very fast or have much in the way of armor or health, but it's more than what the Scout offers and has more defensive utility due to his sniper. While other games in recent years have mobility as a key factor for even snipers, Team Fortress Classic puts the sniper in a position where it does what you would normally expect a sniper to do, hang back and snipe players from far away. Able to be shredded easily up close and being effective at a distance, don't expect to quickscope with this class and get away with it. The next class to observe is the Soldier, wielding a powerful rocket launcher as a primary weapon, being capable of playing offense and defense effectively if used well, and medium overall stats outside of speed, which is low. The Soldier may be the most balanced class in the game. While the rocket launcher may sound overpowered due to its high damage, it actually tends to be quite balanced overall due to classes that have a great amount of health, and these classes are often the opponents a soldier should expect to face anyway. The other weapons are also serviceable as well, although not ones you'll likely be using unless you're going against the less powerful enemies who have high mobility, since they can dodge rockets far more easily. Outside of rockets, however, there are other explosives in the game, many of which are carried by the Demo Man. Explosive in nature and well suited for both offense and defense under certain situations, the Demo Man carries up to 4 of the most explosive grenades in the game, the MIRV grenades. Alongside these are 2 grenade launchers that can also hold their own, and his Det Pack, which can be used to assist teammates with better flag
Yeah, but I
routes.
feel like that
While
shit
more
takes too long.
utility-based than the previously mentioned classes, the Demo Man can certainly be used to great effect if the enemy team isn't careful. Quite possibly the most interesting of classes in Team Fortress Classic.
And
the
I don't
medic
like how
is
it's
unique in
mainly
its
shotguns
capability
and
to do
no
both.
assault rifles.
Heal teammates as well as poison enemies if they get too close. The medic has overall medium stats, although
Stream
can be
died
killed
again, I
very
think.
quickly
It
by
probably
other
did.
classes, making
My
poisoning
duration
enemies not quite as
has
viable
been
an
reset
option as
again.
many players might like. However, being the only class in the game that can heal teammates,
How much
cure
longer is
injuries
this
and
video?
infections caused by medics on the enemy team, it's no
Like 10
surprise that the
minutes
medic can be quite
left.
useful even outside of engaging with the enemy. Unlike the other classes mentioned so far, the heavy weapons guy is unique in that he's slow and not very mobile. Being the slowest moving class, in fact, much armor is needed to make this class viable, and viable he is. With an abundance of armor and a deadly assault cannon that can shred just about any enemy with very little concentrated fire, this heavy is quite possibly the most viable defensive option in the game. Weaker classes can have a chance at killing the heavy weapons guy if he's caught off guard due to the slow spin-up time of the assault cannon, but more likely you'll be wanting
I
to avoid
feel
the
like they should have added a class with an AR from the AR from Half-Life, and had one that is the shotgun, cause the shotgun in this game feels really fucking shit. This game would feel a hell of a lot more fun and hell of a lot more smooth and nicer if they had an automatic gun in it. That's not this heavy ass fucking minigun bullshit that just sprays everywhere that you can't control.
heavy weapons guy altogether, with mobility being quite high when using classes that are likely to infiltrate the other team's base. One class can be a good counter to said infiltration due to its close quarters capabilities, without the need to be ultra precise. This class is the Pyro, has medium overall stats, and like the Soldier, is similarly well-rounded in offensive and defensive capabilities. One issue that arises with his stats and weapons, however, is the lack of particularly powerful weaponry, being a sort of jack of all trades, but a master of none. Still, the Pyro is the only class in the game that can generate so many fire effects and can be quite effective at catching enemies off guard, causing chaos and panic in the process. If the Medic is the most interesting class due to its form of viability in healing, the Spy is likely the most unique class overall due to its different abilities that no other class can
Pretty
even
sure
hope
that's
to
a nail
relate to.
gun.
The Spy is capable of
And I'm
changing
pretty sure it
team
does shit
colors and appear
damage.
as any class.
'Cause I was barely
Alongside this
doing
is an
anything
ability
when I
to
was
feign
playing.
death to make it appear as if someone killed the player. While disguised as the enemy, the Spy can be quite effective at taking out sentries since they don't target him, or backstab unaware enemies using his powerful knife. Between his capabilities of being in the enemy's base without suspicion and medium mobility, the Spy can be a good flag carrier to go along with his other utility. To round the classes off, the final one to mention is the Engineer. While the Engineer doesn't offer the most powerful weaponry for his equipable weapons, as many other classes, or is particularly good at any particular offensive front, the Engineer provides quite possibly the best defensive utility to the team, with being able to place sentry guns at the base that can destroy enemies extremely quickly. With a shotgun and EMP grenade as his other weapons, the Engineer can put up quite the respectable defense for those who may wish to grab said team's flag. While in practice, some of these classes end up feeling useless or near useless for many players
wonder
due to
if
being only good
Overwatch
at
was
one
inspired
or
by this
extremely
game.
few things. Team Fortress Classic undoubtedly
'Cause I'm
offers
seeing
far
a
more
lot of
options than what was out there for
Overwatch
first-person
similarities.
shooters. Even with the arguably poor balance this title would have, there's still no chance for a well-balanced team to have all players with the same or only two classes. There's still enough situational utility to want classes that aren't the most played. Either way, when compared to their competitors, Team Fortress Classic offers the most unique and innovative gameplay system for its team-based combat of the era.
Is that it?
While Team Fortress Classic
I'm not. I'm not even gonna finish this. I give it a like though. Oh, I forgot to like the other ones. Whatever. My stream is fucking up anyways. Makes no sense to go on. Okay, so you are +6 my time. Let me see. Okay, and you said you'd be willing to do the Counter-Strike mod. Okay. Let me do some math here. It's 8:08 for you. Okay. So, what's today again? Oh, today's Monday. Do you have school? I think you said you were like, what, 17? Okay. What time is it usually start and end? Mine when I was in high school was like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or something like that. Because depending on that, I can just stay up or whatnot. Ends 4 p.m. Okay. So ends 4 p.m. Let's say 6 o'clock. Takes you an hour to get home though. Okay. So let's say it is 6 o'clock okay for you then? Your time, so 12 for me. Bet. I don't know if you have the link or whatnot. Let me grab that from this one. That way you can download it and whatnot. I tried getting fucking Kuzo to download this, and he still might. I don't know. I'll just post a link for the mod there in the Discord. Alright, well, I'm gonna end it here then. I just got a message for him, so he's probably gonna want to play something. Yep, I'll message you around 12. And I'll try to set a timer.